Now our stomach, okay, Zenith, our stomach is actually a muscle, right? So it is always contracting also. So that's why sometimes, okay, you can also feel, especially when you're very hungry, you can also feel like your stomach is like squeezing. Yes or no? Zenith, you tried that before? Yeah. Our stomach is always contracting and relaxing. Okay, and that is also how the process of digestion works. Okay, so it's part of its movement also. So you're not wrong to talk about, or wonder about whether it contracts, because you would have experienced it yourself. Okay, does other parts of the body affect how the food tastes? Usually, how your food tastes is referenced by your tongue. Okay, it's determined by your tongue also. If you were to Google, okay, not sure whether your teacher shared this with you before. If you were to Google, okay, Google on this the various position of the tongue, okay, different parts of the tongue actually determines what taste you can actually experience. Like the sweet sensation, okay, it's actually on one part of your tongue also. Then savory as well, spicy. Okay, you can go and find out. You can easily Google all this. Hi, Anaki. Can I call you Anaki, Kenna?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome. Right, so they are actually doing this questionnaire now to talk about whether they are familiar with this topic on digestion, okay, or, are there any questions that they have related to this topic? Okay, Haresh, no question. Right. Then you also, Zenith, you also asked about other parts of the body affecting digestion. Yes. Okay, remember we talked about the alimentary canal the last time. Then we also mentioned about the liver. Okay, we also talk about the pancreas. Yeah, so they actually do produce certain substance to help in digestion also. All right, Zenith, do you hear what I said earlier?
No.
I think you disappeared for a while. If the connection is bad, is it?
Got this. Yeah.
It's like glitching. You are actually, I can see that, even the video, right? You will pause and pause and pause and hang a bit. Yeah, so it could be the connection. The rest of you are fine. Okay, so Zenith, if let's say you experience this again, right? You can log off and log in. I will immediately let you in. So you don't worry about it. Okay, yeah. So earlier I was saying that, yeah, other parts of our body affects digestion. Liver, for example, we mentioned. Okay, and then we talk about pancreas, okay, even the gallbladder, they all play a part in the digestion process. We will go through this. Right, so while we are waiting for Anaki to finish, I haven't received responses from Kiran. So Kiran, I'm waiting for your entry also. Okay. Okay. While our friends are keying in, okay, the rest of you can watch this. This is relevant to today's topic.
Wait, what's the question?
You might have seen in our previous video on digestion. Enzymes are essential, helping us
Sure, what's the question?
Sorry?
What's the question?
Anaki, you didn't receive the link. Okay, earlier the slide actually showed the link. So I type it in the chat box now. Okay, can you see the link in the chat box? Can,
Yeah.
Anaki? So you quickly respond. Only 2 questions there. Should be very fast. All right. So it's about what you know about digestion. Okay. And then what else do you want to know? All right.
Smallest soluble that we can absorb through our intestinal life. Now, the 3 main groups of nutrients are proteins. So, for example, you need to know which enzymes are responsible for breaking each of these groups down, and which products may be broken down into. Carbohydrates are mainly in foods like pasta, potatoes, and our body uses them mainly as energy source. The main type of carbohydrate is starch. It's broken down into smaller sugars such as maltose. Amylase is made 3 different places: the salivary glands of the mouth, pancreas, and the small intestine. In all cases, it's to break down starch. Proteins, on the other hand, which are found in things like nuts, meats, and beans, broken down by proteases into amino acids. Just like amylase, proteins are also made in 3 places. This time the stomach, where we call it pepsin. Similarly to amylase, also in the pancreas and the small intestine. And finally, we have lipids, we sometimes call lipids. We find lipids in foods like cheese, oils, and chocolate. They're broken down by lipids into both glycerol and fatty acids. These lipase enzymes only produced in the pancreas and small intestine. Now, if you think it's going to be difficult to remember where each enzyme is made, just remember all of them are made by the pancreas and the small intestine, with amylase also being made by salivary glands, and proteases also being made in.
Sorry. Okay. Just a minute. I get back to where we were. Okay.
Just remember all of them are made by the pancreas and the small.
Now you can take a screenshot if you want to. Okay, so this is actually just a quick summary of where you find the various enzymes. Okay, and this will be tested in the exam. They do ask. Okay, so for carbohydrates, what is the enzyme that will break it down? So it's broken down by amylase. Yeah. Then they will also ask you, okay, where can you find this enzyme? So you see salivary glands, very obvious. So salivary glands means it's in the mouth, right? Because that's where the saliva is produced also. Yeah, so in the mouth, you can have the amylase. So this enzyme to break down carbohydrates found in the mouth. And carbohydrates or starch is broken down starting from the mouth. Okay, then esophagus doesn't have any digestion, right? So after that, what will happen? Okay, food will enter the stomach. So in the stomach, only the digestion of proteins take place. Okay, only the digestion of proteins. And how are proteins being digested? This enzyme is known as protease. Can you see the word here? Protease. Okay, after proteins are digested, you get the amino acids. All right, and then further on, food will then, okay, in the stomach, your food, after carry out the second stage of the digestion, right, it will be very, very mushy. Okay, very mushy kind of thing. So it's like very clumpy substance. It will be moved into the small intestine. In the small intestine, what happens? All the carbohydrates, proteins, and fats are broken down there. Okay, so that is where digestion will complete. Because the small intestine is the position where all the food will be digested. All right, be it carbohydrate, be it proteins, or be it fats. Then you need to know what is actually the enzyme that breaks down fats. It's called lipase. Okay, and then it breaks fats down into glycerol and fatty acids. Clear on this? So this is like a very quick summary. All right. Anaki, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you screenshot this? It's good to screenshot. Take a screenshot and then you save it. Later on, the next slide is also very good. I'm giving you a summary table. Yeah. So I will gradually be preparing more notes for you so that after the lesson, you can refer to the notes again, okay, when you come to this topic in school.
Okay.
Okay, so for this, if you check again, one more time, okay, organ, alimentary canal, you have the mouth, esophagus, stomach, then small intestine, large intestine, etc., right? But over here, okay, the function, I only mentioned all these, okay, because of the possible question that can come up. They can test you on information found here. Okay, so what they will ask is, okay, in the mouth, right? Is there any movement? Yes, of course, because the chewing. So you break food down into smaller pieces before you swallow, correct? Is there digestive juices used? Yes, okay, and that is actually saliva. So in the saliva, they can further ask you another question. What is the enzyme present in saliva? Of course, you need to write down amylase, okay? And then what does it break down? It breaks down starch. And then in the esophagus is the gullet, the food pipe. No digestion takes place there. However, there's a lot of movement. Okay, the swallowing, I mentioned last lesson, is called peristalsis. It's the contraction and relaxation of the muscle in the esophagus. So if you're upside down, let's say you are resting on your head, you can still have your food travel from the mouth to the stomach. Yes, Haresh?
Sorry to say it, right, but I feel like esophagus is spelled wrongly.
Okay, there are two ways of spelling it. You saw the one is O-E-S-O, right?
Oh, yeah.
Both are acceptable.
Oh, really? I
Yes.
thought I only can spell O-E.
Did your teacher tell you that?
No. We didn't even start in biology.
Oh, okay.
We started
Right. Okay, now you're doing physics topics, right? Yes. Don't worry, okay, because I told you, right, I have many, many years experience teaching science. Remember? It is accepted, okay? Okay, look at this part here. This is another time peristalsis takes place. Small intestine. Remember how long the small intestine is? So food needs to travel through the entire tube, right? So this is where the contraction and the relaxation takes place again. Yeah. So I have all the summary here, like for stomach. Okay, only protein is broken down. So far, okay, Haresh, are you copying? You're copying, okay. You know that
taking screenshots.
Yeah, if you take screenshot, it's a lot faster, right? So these will be useful, especially when you come to this particular chapter. Now, liver. Liver actually produces bile. Okay, you can just use the word bile, don't need to put the word acid in, okay? It actually helps to digest fats. Pancreas also very important. Take note. Pancreas also very important because it produces pancreatic juice. Clear? So other than just the mouth, okay, where you have salivary amylase, other than just the stomach where you have protease, other than the small intestine where you have, all the amylase, protease, as well as lipase to digest the starch, protein, carbohydrate. Pancreas and liver also plays a role, okay, in the production of certain enzymes. So it's all stated here. Can? So I'll move on to the next slide. And this is our first question. How many of you have done the work?